So I have multiple chronic illnesses. Gosh, I look like crap. I have multiple chronic illnesses, and I'm going to try to explain something that I feel like people with chronic illness would understand, but I didn't really know about them until I was diagnosed with them. I didn't really know it was possible for younger people to get sick unless it was like the C word or something like tragic, which this is tragic, but it's been like a really slow process of being tragic in a weird way. So I am in constant pain every single day. I got diagnosed about a year ago, almost a year ago, not even, through a laparoscopic surgery to see if I have endometriosis. It was suspected because I had a cyst on my right ovary, but yeah. So I was diagnosed with stage 2 endometriosis, and with that, I thought, okay, well, he got out all the lesions, so I shouldn't really be in pain anymore. Even though I wasn't in pain prior to the surgery, I was just like extremely tired, and I had some like discomfort, and I thought I was gluten intolerant or something. I thought like I had sensitivity to food maybe, but I just thought I was like getting older, and I don't know. So ironically, the surgery did not help. Actually, it put me in a state of flight or fight. I developed autonomic dysfunction. I developed POTS, MCAS. I found out I'm hypermobile, which is like a connective tissue problem. I think like the joints are too loose in my body. Let's see. And as of like 2 weeks ago, I went to the ER with extreme like rib pain, and I've been having trouble swallowing lately, and like shortness of breath and stuff like that. So as of 2 weeks ago, he did an x-ray and all that stuff, but usually endometriosis does not show up on like MRIs or ultrasounds or x-rays or anything. Sometimes MRIs, but it's really just hit or miss, I think, from what I've seen. So long story short, he diagnosed me with like inflammation in the chest and like IBS symptoms. So I'm almost 90% sure that the endometriosis has traveled to my diaphragm. It can travel to your brain, your heart, anywhere in your body, and it's a really scary thought. It is rare, but at this point, like, so many things that shouldn't have happened to me have happened to me, so I'm ruling absolutely nothing out. So long story short, the biggest thing that I see or I've experienced is, as being chronically ill, I feel like I'm just like in a constant state of like survival, and I kind of am. Like I'm in flight or fight, and I'm working with a lot of therapists and a lot of doctors and everything to try and get my nervous system back to being regulated and not thinking everything is like, you know, the final chapter, because that's just where my brain is at right now, I guess. So actually, over Christmas I had like a bout of like feeling okay, which my okay is probably like someone's reason to go to the ER still, but the pain was bearable, I guess, and I was able to like enjoy my Christmas, which is kind of crazy. And in that, I was able to get some clarity and like think for myself, because when I'm so sick and in pain and just like knowing I'm gonna have to have a procedure done, or just like all these things, all these triggers for me, I just feel like I'm just like surviving through the day. I'm just going through the motions, not in so much like a depressed way, but just like a survival way. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, regardless if you're chronically ill or not. But so because I had that like 2 days of clarity, and like, wow, it allowed me to like feel my feelings. It allowed me to like realize this fucking sucks, because I am 28 years old. I was diagnosed when I was 27, so it's been a major like shift in my life as like a younger person, and that has been really challenging alone. Like that, it's been an adjustment trying to like learn everything all over again and be okay with the fact that I'm disabled at the moment. So when I was feeling better, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna do all these juices. I like some teas started popping up that will help with inflammation, and I gotta walk and I gotta move my body even when I don't feel like it. And then as soon as like the pain came back and I realized I was like, it was just a little taste of what life could feel like, I was like, okay, I can't do anything. So I'm constantly being like roped in to being sick, to feeling like shit. I hope this is making sense to you guys, but like, I just don't have the mental capacity to do all this research on like a low histamine, low inflammatory, like dinners, lunches, whatever. There are so many facets, and I know I should just go like little by little by little by little, but like I also have ADHD, so I'm like, oh, I have to change my entire life tomorrow and then I'll feel so much better. But like, seriously, I can't even explain how frustrating it is. Like, I work a full-time job. Like, I'm about to be at work. I raise 3 kids. I can't just like conform. I don't know. Maybe this is me still being in denial that I'm even chronically ill because I haven't had like a second to breathe about it and think about it. But like, it's really frustrating being in this constant loop of like, oh, I have a day to feel better. I'm feeling better for one day. Let me clean my entire house because Lord knows it needs it. Like, I need to get caught up. I'm constantly feeling like I am not doing what I need to be doing for my mental health, my physical health, all of that. When in reality, I am. I'm going to all my doctor visits. I'm going to all my specialist appointments. I'm doing everything that I can. I'm taking the medicine that they suggest. That is helping kind of, but that comes with a lot of side effects. And so it's just like this constant loop. I kind of feel like I'm a guinea pig sometimes. I kind of feel like I'm alone a lot of the time because, again, I had no idea chronic illnesses existed. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. It's entirely changed my whole output on life, my whole gratitude for simply being alive has changed, which is a good thing. These are good things. It's forced me to take a really hard look at myself, my habits, my all of that. But when you are so strung out and tired, when you are so exhausted, when you are so bone deep pain and you cannot move, let alone make a low salad, histamine, 10 ingredient, like, it's just not possible. Like, even right now, like, my hands are killing me, my arms are killing me from holding up my phone. Like, just the act of just holding up my phone like that, it feels like I just did like an arm workout, like I did lifts or something. Crazy, right? Crazy. It's been a wild journey, y'all. It has been an absolute wild journey, and I cannot wait to do like a sit down video once I process things, once I really like can write things down and not go on like 20 tangents like I did just now. But I'm really looking forward to it because endometriosis is not talked about nearly enough, and obviously because I have these other chronic illnesses that were lying dormant supposedly, that open up like a whole new ball game for me and my experience, which I'd really love to share because I feel like so many other people have gone through this. And I'm so thankful, just real quick, I'm so thankful for my second specialist, my second endometriosis specialist, because my first one who did my surgery, no, I did not have a good feeling going into it, and I should have trusted my gut and done some more research, because obviously the surgery itself was not something I should have probably done without, like, we didn't know I had hypermobile, we didn't know I had POTS or MCAS or degenerative disc disease in my back or autonomic dysfunction or dysautonomia. Like, I have all of that, and the surgery just woke it up. It's like a beehive, I guess. That's the one analogy that I have been told. Like, it's just a beehive. Once you go in, it shook things up. Like, and you could say that twice. So I'm very hopeful that, well, I should say some days I'm hopeful that I'm going to get better, but other times I'm just so stuck in like thinking this is my life. And granted, it is, because these are chronic illnesses, which means forever, but it is very hard to like see that, like to be able to tell myself it's going to get better and like firmly believe that. I can say that, you know, anyone can say it's going to get better. It's going to get better. And I appreciate when people do say like, I hope you feel better. I try not to take it like personally. I try not to be offended, even though it is a lifelong chronic illness with no cure. I do try not to get offended because people don't really know better. I wouldn't have known better. I would have said the same thing a year ago. I hope you feel better, because what are you supposed to say to someone that is chronically ill and suffering and stuff? So it's been a really big challenge, just adjusting to life. And I just wanted to share that. Like, I had a good couple days, and yeah, it made me realize, like, it just allowed me a second to breathe. It allowed me to have my own thoughts. I'm not schizophrenic, but like, it allowed me to have like my own thoughts about what I want to do. And if I was not sick, I would be able to be juicing. I would be able to be making herbal teas and like honey and garlic and all the more natural remedies that I want to do. I just feel like I'm not able to do them because I'm just so discombobulated all the time. And if I do that, if I spend an hour standing up and juicing things for the week, first of all, that's just one thing. I know it's good, but like, okay, I will be on the couch for like 2 hours for that. So like for every hour I'm standing on my feet using my wrists that have like carpal tunnel and stuff like that, it's gonna cost me like 2 hours. So I'm constantly picking and choosing my battles, and more often than not, I'm going to choose the thing that is going to work, that is my comfort item, comfort food. And will it hurt my stomach? Probably. Like, it will probably hurt, but it's just what I'm capable of doing. And if you can relate to that, drop a comment, drop something. I don't know how I'm supposed to get better when I am so sick. Like, I just don't know how to get better. So if you have any tips, tricks, anything, I will take them. Honestly, I will take them. But yeah, thanks for watching.